So, come Saturday night, I'm coming in here to beat his. He gonna be tough, strong, but I'm coming to whoop his. I stand by that. I'm him up. Yeah.
False accusation.
You gotta think, right? It's okay. We accept.
I can't wait to beat this clown, bro. This dude is a clown.
Focus on me.
You better have that chin ready, baby. You better have it ready.
Real clown.
I already figured this out.
What else, fighting?
What else you got, man?
Yo, Senior, you're
I only
not
seen
in the
10
ring.
seconds of your fight.
I seen you fight before.
I only
You
seen
can't
10
fight.
seconds of your fight. You're boring as hell.
Come on, bro. Stop it, bro.
Boring, man. You almost got knocked out. Even your daughter said you got
I almost
knocked
got
out.
knocked out. Tio got hurt his last fight, too.
Ooh.
Didn't he get hurt his last fight?
Man, if it wasn't for those ropes.
Did Tio get hurt his last fight?
My son don't be throwing punches,
Tio
man.
get hurt?
Terence Crawford suddenly walked into the Stevenson versus Lopez press conference right at the moment when Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez stopped being polite and started openly challenging each other, turning the event into a tense and heated face-off driven by ego and rivalry.
Things against them guys. I seen a lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier. He said, Tio never lost to Southpaw. Well, I never lost to Orthodox. So it ain't no different, but
The difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
I don't think
pressure's
y'all
on
did
you.
either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You
for
never
6
been on a big
rounds.
stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches
You
for
never
6
been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Lomachenko throw punches
'Cause we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see.
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not.
The situation heated up fast when Teofimo's father started talking about breaking fighters like Lomachenko and Taylor, which made Shakur respond right away by brushing off those victories and saying Teofimo has never gone up against a top-level fighter like him.
That's what I do. You know, we broke the code with with Loma that nobody had ever done. You know, we didn't let him get comfortable in there. You saw that. You know, within like 8 rounds, he didn't know what to do. I did the same thing with Josh Taylor, and we're gonna do the same thing with Shakur.
Real hard. Man, what do you say to that, bro? Like, you hear him, bro? I just can't wait to beat him and shut him up, bro. Tio not on this level. Tio is a high-level fighter, but he's not on my level. I'm an elite level fighter, and
From that point, everything turned into constant verbal chaos, with Shakur going after Teofimo's mindset, Teofimo calling Shakur boring and overrated, and both of them yelling over each other like they were already in a heated extra round instead of standing at a press conference.
times better come fight night against Teofimo Lopez than I was against Cepeda. 1,000 times better. Faster, sharper, stronger, mentally more on point, and I can't wait.
You said a couple of times now you see some holes in Teofimo's game. I know you don't want to give away your game plan at the kickoff press conference, but where are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything again. I'm going
The
to...
tension reached its highest point when the trash talk became personal, voices got louder, security stayed on high alert, and the whole room felt like it was one comment away from turning into a full fight, even as promoters like Eddie Hearn tried to shift the focus back to legacy and greatness after the fighters had already completely taken over the stage.
Chris, this place is special. I think when this fight was talked about, I think both Shakur and Teofimo Lopez need a huge amount of credit for making this fight. Both of the guys are the respective kings of their division. Teofimo Lopez, the #1 guy at 140. Shakur, the #1 guy at 135. And when I heard about this fight, I didn't expect it to happen. And, you know, the work that His Excellency's done, Ring Magazine, to make this fight quite sensational. But the icing on the cake is to see the fight at Madison Square Garden. This is, for me,
When Turkey Alashik called in, he didn't sound impressed at all by the chaos, and that calm, almost dismissive reaction somehow made the whole situation feel even more tense and serious than it already was.
Fight is the first step of crazy map of boxing next year and the beginning of 27. This is not an easy fight.
By the end of it, both fighters were openly talking about dominating, embarrassing, and shutting the other one up, which turned the press conference into a clear and intense preview of just how personal this fight has become, and it was obvious this was no longer about promotion but real bad blood spilling out in public, making January 31st feel not just important but completely unavoidable.
I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, because it's going to be just a skill match. I don't think he's going to try to, or he's going to try to rough Shakur.
Right after the press conference exploded with emotion and ego, Teofimo's father took the microphone and the mood instantly changed from wild to calm and confident. And as he spoke, it was clear this wasn't trash talk but a focused message, making it known they aren't impressed by Shakur Stevenson's style or any defensive tricks, that they've seen everything before, aren't guessing about anything, and are preparing with a clear plan built around improvement, discipline, and a strong mindset.
You know, Crawford stated, "Oh, you only got to me."
Yeah, but he really want to fight Crawford, and we're gonna call him out after we beat up his boy. You know,
that's still the game plan.
That's
even though you guys have, even if he requires you,
well, he ain't gonna fight us, man. He ain't gonna fight us, man. We've been chasing this guy for the longest. My son is even willing to go up to 160 to fight him. You know, listen, speed kills. You know what I'm saying? Speed kills, and that's why we're gonna beat Shakur. He ain't faster than us, and we're gonna catch him.
He presents Teofimo Lopez as a fighter who keeps getting better because he chooses tough challenges instead of easy paths. And whether people agree or not, it's a strong and confident message. And when he talks about caring more about legacy than money, reminds everyone of the underdog wins over Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, and explains how their style changes from fight to fight, you can clearly hear the belief in his voice. And yes, it sounds bold and dramatic, but it also fits the story of Teofimo's career so far, especially with how calmly he dismissed worries about ring size or any tricks, making it clear they're not coming just to chase knockouts, they're coming to outthink and outclass their opponent.
My son, when I told him, you know, let's go after Colmay, let's go after Lomachenko, let's go after Josh Taylor, and all of those three fights, he was the underdog, you know what I'm saying? And big time. I mean, with Josh Taylor, he was like 23 experts said that he was going to lose. So, you know, and he gave us an amazing performance, you know, and it wasn't the same as the performance he gave with Barbosa's, you know, like his styles have changed all the time, and that's the scariest part about him, you know. And
sure, some of the comparisons to Crawford and Canelo might be a bit much, but that's all part of the confidence they're projecting, and the key point is this: Team Lopez isn't relying on luck. They truly believe their speed, adaptability, and constant pressure can disrupt Shakur's composure, and while we'll see if that works for a full 12 rounds, what's clear is that this wasn't empty talk but genuine belief. And when both camps are convinced they're sharper, faster, and more prepared than the other, the fight stops being predictable and becomes genuinely captivating.
Or like, you know,
we don't care about that, man. I mean, we're just gonna box this dude, man. You know, we're not going in there for the knockout. We never do. You know, the only fight that my son looked like sloppy was with Cambosis because he was dying in there. And, you know, he said that he felt better when he was attacking more, you know. But we never do that.
Right after Teofimo's father outlined that mental chess approach, the energy changed again when Andre Ward and Roy Jones Jr. joined in, offering the perspective of fighters who've actually been in fights like this. And it was clear their words were about real skill, not hype, showing how Shakur Stevenson can read, react, and adapt in the moment, building each round instinctively, while Teofimo Lopez remains powerful, explosive, and smart. But in chaotic moments, he still relies on a plan to reset and find his rhythm.
He's got the IQ, he got the experience, and the athleticism, and the skill set where he can paint any type of picture he wants to on a blank canvas. When I look at Teofimo Lopez, he's almost that. He has a blank canvas, but he needs an outline on what to draw and what to paint inside the line. Now, every now and again, he'll go away from the outline that he has and he'll do something dope and he'll be like, "Ooh, that was cool. That wasn't on the outline right there." But I don't think that he can create on the fly.
Ward and Roy aren't disrespecting Teofimo at all. They're acknowledging his intelligence, and the heated press conference wasn't random but a calculated move to provoke Shakur into fighting emotionally instead of strategically, which is classic mind games. But as the legends point out, trying to pull a calm, disciplined fighter into chaos only works if he reacts. If Shakur stays patient, the plan fails. And while other fighters might have snapped immediately, Shakur isn't built that way. He doesn't need to win the moment, he needs to win the fight, making this battle less about who yells louder or looks tougher and more about who keeps their focus when the plan disappears and the fight itself starts shifting.
Outline by being as disrespectful as he can at the press conference because he wants to try to piss this kid off so the kid come fight with him. You understand me? Because with me, he have exactly what he wanted. But as soon as I go in there, I'm coming straight to his head. You understand where I come from? So, but I think that's what he's trying to get. Yeah, you feel me? But I think that's what he's trying to get Shakur to do. Because why would you say that What does that have to do with boxing? You feel me? He knows that Shakur has great feet, and he's not gonna be able to catch Shakur if he lets Shakur take his time to do what he does. So he got to try to make Shakur come in and try to kill him, which is what he just was.
Right after Andre Ward and Roy Jones Jr. discussed the difference between a blank canvas and an outline approach, the focus shifts to real in-ring experience, where Keith Cologne's insights stand out. He breaks down why Shakur Stevenson is such a tough opponent, not as some mystical talent, but because he reads fighters' movements like open books. A small dip, a slight shoulder shift, and Shakur already anticipates your next move before your brain fully decides it. It's not just quick reflexes, it's sharp, strategic processing. Cologne talks about it so casually, as if being steps ahead is normal, which explains why Shakur appears calm while others look tense. He's not reacting late, he's always reacting early.
Always notice, I'm like, dang, when he, you know, if you really pay attention to when he spar, when he fight, he already know what you want to throw before you throw it. Not because he's some type of, you know, boxing guru or anything like that, but because he reading your body language. If you dip to this side, I'm already blocking for a possible hook or uppercut. You know, I don't need to worry about a jab or right hand, because you're not, like, the probability of you throwing that is not even, you know. But so just watching him and sparring him, being in the ring with him, it's like, dang, you know, just him understanding what a person could throw based on their body positioning. It always put him like.
Hearing it from someone who's actually faced him confirms exactly what Ward and Roy said. Shakur doesn't need chaos. He thrives in clarity, letting the full picture form before making his move. Cologne explains why Teofimo Lopez, as skilled as he is, must stay sharp all 12 rounds. He respects Teofimo, noting he's athletic, explosive, and always active, making this fight tougher than Shakur's last. But the difference shows in the small habits, like dropping his lead hand on body shots, that normally seem minor but become costly against someone who exploits every tiny error. Cologne highlights times Teofimo didn't adjust quickly in past bouts, showing how Shakur turns one small mistake into a pattern, racks up points, and quietly wins rounds before you even notice.
I remember when he fought Sander Martin, like every time he like threw a right hand to the body, he never had his lead hand up. Sander Martin was just check hooking him to death. I'm just like when he's just gonna make the adjustment, you know, when he gonna realize that he just keep getting hit with the right hook every time he try to throw the right hand. So those are the small adjustments that he had to make, because, you know, sharp fighter, they gonna capitalize.
John isn't talking about dramatic knockouts. He's talking about mental pressure, the kind that makes Teofimo desperate late while Shakur quietly pulls ahead. That's Shakur at his most dangerous. Calm, precise, and steadily taking control while everyone else wonders when the fight turned. This matchup isn't just a style clash, it's a test of psychology under the lights. Shakur reads patterns before they happen, while Teofimo is explosive and emotional, capable of sudden shifts if you leave an opening. The press conference highlighted how personal it's become, with Team Lopez fully committed to their plan. Ward and Roy reminded us that words can mislead, and Keith Cologne confirmed what fighters already know. Shakur doesn't rush into chaos, he waits for it to show itself. That's why January 31st is so compelling. It's a test of who stays true to their identity when things get tough.
For Shakur to prepare for him, but also in sparring, because, you know, he may have lagged during this last sparring, so it's a lot, but it's definitely doable. And you know, but this, you know, the time is now. You know, at the end of the day, oh yeah, for sure, I feel like Shakur is gonna outbox him, and it's gonna be a point in time until he kind of get desperate, and that's when the gap is going wide, and then Shakur is just going.
Does Teofimo push hard and create a breakthrough, or does Shakur quietly turn 12 rounds into a masterclass while everyone argues over when it shifted? That's the real question. Now it's your turn. Share your thoughts in the comments and let's dive into it.